Hello, my friends! I have to admit something. For a long time, I've been scared of drawing caricatures. I've been so stuck in a perfectionism trap that I was afraid to draw anything ugly. So today, I'm challenging that. I'm finally letting myself push character proportions and see if I can find the difference between pretty and true character appeal. From a really young age, I used to see artists at markets creating these very unique, often funny looking caricatures on the spot. Not only was I impressed with the sheer speed at which they were churning out these artworks, but also their talent for making somebody look completely different and exaggerated, yet 100% recognizable still. And while I was impressed, I was equally as intimidated to try it myself. I started to wonder why that was the case. I've realized that one of the biggest things holding me back, and maybe you feel this too, is perfectionism. I've been so afraid to make something look ugly or asymmetrical. Caricatures are inherently exaggerated, so they don't fall under traditional beauty standards. They evoke emotions, usually a bit of laughter through irony or satire. But something that really clicked for me recently is that they still have a huge sense of appeal, and that's the magic I'm looking for today. But what is actually appeal? The dictionary says it's being attractive or interesting. In animation, there is the principle called appeal. It's one of the hardest ones for me to grasp because it isn't concrete. It's not the same as beauty. It's about making something interesting. Frank Thomas and Ollie Johnston defined it in The Illusion of Life as a magnetic quality that captivates the audience. It's when a design is engaging and believable. I was thinking about this in terms of faces. Technically, the most symmetrical faces are considered the most beautiful, but paradoxically, they often aren't the most memorable. Someone with a tooth gap, large eyebrows, or a unique birthmark, these minor imperfections are actually what make them interesting and appealing. I've linked a brilliant video on beauty analytics if you want to dive deeper into that. Villains are also a great example. You can't exactly make a villain look pretty if they need to instill fear or dominance. So creators use appeal to keep the audience engaged. So applying this back to my practice of today, I realized I don't need to make it pretty. I need to make it interesting through exaggerated features while keeping it believable as the same person. As I started to draw, I noticed a strange mental block holding me back. I almost felt like I was being mean. I've spent so much time trying to capture traditional beauty that deliberately picking a feature to make it extreme felt a bit strange. I had to remind myself that I wasn't mocking the people I had selected for reference. I was actually searching for the specific character that makes them so memorable and unique. However, I genuinely worried people would think I was trying to insult the models, even though they're absolutely gorgeous exactly the way they are. I even thought maybe I should do a caricature of myself first to give myself permission to poke fun at others. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see me attempt a self-caricature. I think it might be a good exercise to draw guilt-free. I realized as well that if I had tried to draw them perfectly, I would have just been copying their existing lines. But by daring to break out of those lines, I was able to breathe a bit of soul and character into the drawing. Even if these seem like random sketches, this practice is vital for my animation work and character design. Learning to push proportions here is what will allow me to make the characters in my series more expressive and memorable, or dare I say, appealing? Every project teaches something, even if it's not immediately apparent on the screen. Whether I'm wrestling with a digital character or sawing a new pencil case, it's all about finding that balance between the correct or the perfection and the expressive. If you've been feeling stuck in the perfectionist trap, I'd love to know what's one messy or scary project you've been too scared to start. Let me know in the comments. And now here are the finished caricatures. I hope you've enjoyed both the drawing and the thought process that went into creating these, and that you feel encouraged to create your own scary project. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!